Today on Hidden Secrets, revealed live. U.S. deficit to hit almost $2 trillion this year. CBO forecasts federal deficit at about 1.85 billion to 1.9 billion. I'm sorry, trillion dollars in fiscal year 2026. Why? Let me reveal this hidden secret to you live right now. HSRL is a production of Safe New Media. Before you keep watching, let me tell you who this is not for. This show is not for you if you take yourself too seriously. If you are a seeker, let me be your guide to discover accurate truth for yourself. Let me help you increase the quality and effectiveness of your life by revealing to you the hidden secrets of the universe. It's the only podcast of its kind right now on this subject going live on X. Therefore, the most popular live stream podcast live right now on this subject going live on X. This show is specifically for those who are seeking new perspectives, fresh ideas, and a willingness to explore new possibilities. My intention is to help investors like you stay ahead of the curve and make the most out of emerging opportunities. Today on HSRL, ladies and gentlemen, the Congressional Budget Office says the federal deficit is hitting $1.9 trillion in 2026. They're going to spend about $2 trillion more than the USA government actually has. Like, that's some kind of surprise. The CBO report says, under current law and policy, deficits remain elevated through 2036. Elevated. Like it's a Peloton. No, man, elevated is your blood pressure. This thing is in orbit. The CBO says the debt to GDP ratio will hit 190% by mid-century. 190% debt to GDP, blowing past the World War II peak, heading toward 120%, 190% by mid-century. If we keep this up, we won World War II on less debt than this. Now we're fighting what? Entitlements and tax cuts. It's like America looked at history and said, you know what beat the Nazis? Debt at 106% of GDP. Let's try 200%. See if we can beat inflation next. That means for every dollar we produce, we owe $2. If you ran your household like that, you wouldn't be expanding your fiscal horizon. You'd be living in a 2004 Honda Civic behind a Wendy's. We're borrowing $43.5 billion a week. You know what's funny about that? We're borrowing $43.5 billion a week. As if America has a cocaine habit fueled by a payday loan. It's like the government looked at its credit card statement and went, close enough. Let's max it out again. That's commitment to the bit. The real joke is the interest payments. Net interest is exploding faster than anything else. Higher rates, bigger debt piles. In the long run, under these policies, interest costs are two-thirds of the deficit increase in the third decade. So we're not even borrowing to build roads or bombs anymore. We're borrowing to pay the VIG on yesterday's borrowing. It's like the mob running the country. Hey, kid, you owe us for the last loan, see? So take out another one to cover it. This is the most honest thing Washington has done in decades. Politicians promise to cut spending, balance the budget, make America great again, whatever. And every report says the same thing: absent policy change. That's the most terrifying phrase in Washington. Absent policy change is basically Congress's fitness plan. Hey, if nothing changes, this gets worse. Great, let's do nothing. It's amazing. We're the richest country in the world, and our financial strategy is, well, let's just see what happens. Then they pass the one big, beautiful bill. That sounds like a law or a Labrador retriever. Who's a big, beautiful deficit? You are. They called it the one big, beautiful bill. Isn't that name on brand for Trump? It's like Trump named it after his favorite casino slot machine. Everyone's saying how beautiful my slot machine is, and it's big too. It's one big, beautiful slot machine. It adds $3.4 trillion to the deficit over 10 years. I love how both sides describe the same thing in opposite ways. Analyst says this adds $4.7 trillion to the deficit. Supporter says, actually, if you assume magical growth, it reduces the deficit by $400 billion. It cuts spending by $1.5 trillion and reduces the deficit by $400 billion because of growth feedback. If you squint and assume 4% growth forever, that's the political version of telling your wife, I didn't lose $5,000 at the blackjack table. I invested in the possibility of us being millionaires by Tuesday. It's dynamic, honey. It's like if your buddy said, hey, I'm gambling $40 billion a week. You go, that's insane. He goes, yeah, but I've been doing it consistently. Oh, well, in that case, carry on, sir. Very responsible. And the CBO is like, this is not a one off anomaly. You don't say. If I eat a whole pizza once, that's a mistake. If I eat a whole pizza every week for 16 weeks, that's my personality. The CBO says the deficit is widening because of aging related spending. Basically, grandma and grandpa are living too long and it's bankrupting the empire. Oh, so now it's the seniors' fault? We spent 60 years telling them to eat fiber and walk 10,000 steps. And now that they're actually doing it, the CBO is like, hey, could you guys maybe wrap it up? We've got interest payments on a stealth bomber to make. It's a real shame. The government's plan for the future is waiting for everyone born before 1955 to stop breathing. It's the only retirement plan where the exit strategy involves a scythe. So the problem isn't government spending, it's aging costs and interest. That means the two things bankrupting the country are time and math. We're being taken down by birthdays and compound interest. We are spending more on interest than almost anything else. We're borrowing money only to pay the interest on the money we already borrowed. That's like taking out a Visa card to pay off your MasterCard while your Amex is screaming in the corner and you're telling yourself, it's fine. I'll sell more 10-year treasury notes to a guy in Zurich. We aren't a country anymore. We're a giant nuclear armed Ponzi scheme. That's my time. I got to get back to work. Share this, retweet on X, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify. Listen, you're allowed to make fun of me only if your jokes are funny and you get my name right. So you don't have to do this. But if you want to, you can go ahead and follow me on X. Visit my X profile to learn more. It's not necessary to follow me on X, but now you can follow at Safe New Media. Follow at Safe New Media on X. Whatever you decide, team up with me to bring about serious advancement for each other. The plan is for our community to share with each other the systems, the processes, and workflows that we are successfully using in order to help each other grow. It's not a cult, but have you ever felt that deep, powerful sense of belonging that transforms your entire perspective? That's what awaits you in our community. As you hear me talking now, you might begin to imagine yourself surrounded by like minded individuals who truly understand your aspirations. Picture yourself waking up each morning with renewed purpose, knowing you're part of something greater than yourself. Your future self is already thanking you for taking this step today. The door is open, and all you need to do is walk through it. Belong higher. Join our inner circle on Telegram. There's a link to it at the top of the Safe New Media X profile. The official source for this show is safenewmedia.com/HSRL. I want to give loyal listeners of this podcast something. Free gift for you. If you want to start a podcast but feel imposter syndrome, you can get your copy of the Anti-Imposter Podcast Starter Kit at safenew.media. That's safenew.media. What I'm about to tell you next will shock you.
This is not an offer, solicitation of an offer to buy or sell securities. Past performance is not an indication of future results. Investing involves risk and may result in partial or total loss. Prospective investors should carefully consider investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses, and should consult with a tax or legal advisor before making any investment decision.
Before making any investment decision, always do your own research. This is not financial advice. Are you an accredited investor? If so, listen up. I have something for you. Today, owning a home now costs $52K more per year than renting. Families are stuck as forever renters. We're seizing this shift, buying 100 plus unit assets in growth markets. Few get in. Why? We don't need more money. We're looking for investors aligned with our values. We're improving quality of life at scale for hardworking families. Secure your place on our wait list. Go to Inveresta.com. You can now subscribe to our newsletter that secures your place. You can now receive your free guide. It's called Location Science 2026. 5 filters to find growth markets for multifamily real estate. This is how we identify emerging locations where we invest. Don't ignore the data before you invest. When you subscribe, you secure your place on our waitlist for the next opportunity. Most real estate people tell you to invest in your backyard, which is perfect if your backyard is in a great location with increasing job growth and population growth. But what if it's not? What if it has decreasing population growth and the jobs are moving out? That's a problem, right? Avoid losing money in the wrong location. Hit me up on our X profile at Inveresta. Retail investors can send me a DM there. Let me know what kind of investment opportunities you are looking for. Accredited investors can get in touch with me today. Call my office. Go to Inveresta.com. Accredited investors only. This is not an offer or solicitation to the general public. Last thing, before I let you go, I want to invite you to subscribe to Methods of Prosperity newsletter. You owe it to yourself to be rich. Society, our parents, teachers, and peers have conditioned us. They want us to be like them. They need us to comply. They need us to be conventional, like they are. As Herb Kelleher, co founder and CEO of Southwest Airlines, remarked, all the people that were telling me those things were expressing conventional wisdom. And if it's conventional, it ain't wisdom. And if it's wisdom, it ain't conventional. My name is Sean Allen Fenn, and I'm obsessed with prosperity. This is the natural state of the human spirit. It turns out there's no limit. There's also many variables. Some keep their day job, while others go all in. Some are entrepreneurs, while others are value investors, but all of them have a certain mindset. Understanding what makes them tick grants us insight into our own journey. Methods of Prosperity newsletter is for anyone who agrees that success leaves clues. It's the most popular newsletter to brainwash yourself rich. Go to safenewmedia.com/newsletter. To become a billionaire, one must first be conditioned to think like a billionaire. Brainwash yourself rich. Subscribe at safenewmedia.com/newsletter. You can now subscribe for free today at safenewmedia.com/newsletter. Do it. Thanks for making this the most popular live stream at this hour on this subject, broadcasting on X, formerly known as Twitter. Hidden Secrets Revealed Live is a production of Safe New Media, unconventional, diversified global digital media company devoted to the practice, administration, and dissemination of the ideologies of its founder, moi, yours truly, Sean Allen Fenn. It's definitely not a cult. I like you, but don't take my word for it. Decide for yourself.